Welcome to another virtual Bar Hoppers. I am Eddie Lovecraft, and I'm here with the woman from under the sea herself, not the Little Mermaid, but Mira, aka ElecTrish.
Hi.
So, why are you dressed up as Mira today?
So I am dressed up as Mira today for two reasons. The first reason being I'm a cosplayer. Why else? And the second reason is because today we premiered the Cosplay My Way episode featuring Mira. So yeah, it was an awesome show. We got to show it finally. And yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. I've we've been working on this one for quite a bit. I know you want to strangle me with this one and I want to strangle you too because you made me go out in the sun, you made me go out in the sand, all the things that I am not used to, which is morning stuff.
Yeah, it was a rough one for both of us. But yeah.
Well, we'll get more.
It was worth it.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get more into it, but if you're here with Virtual Bar Hoppers, we take drinks along the way as we watch music videos and talk about countless of things. So with that, what should you ask the bartender for, ElecTrish?
I'm Mira and I'm ready to drink like a fish. Bartender, let's get a shot.
All right, everyone. So cheers. Everyone enjoy. This is the first drink of the night.
Cheers.
Shot one.
I think that made a sound when I took it. Sorry. It was the bubbles. The bubbles.
Yeah, I heard the gulp. It was like gulp.
It's been a long day. Leave me alone.
Yeah. No, but that's good. So I'm going to lead us into our first music video, okay? We are in the Scum Bar. So the Scum Bar is basically punk music, rock music, stuff that you just started saying, screw it, let's freaking party and rock this world. So for our first music video, I have Maid of Ace with a song called Nostalgia.
Nice one.
Yeah, nothing like life in rewind, so you can live out your nostalgia, which the song is called Nostalgia.
Yeah, that's a really cool video. I love that.
Yeah, it's cool. And then I noticed that they did end up back at the beach
Hmm.
where your character Mira subsides.
What do you know? It's all back at the beach. Those girls probably hate the beach too, but they were there.
Yeah. Now, you as a Mira, are you a fan of the beach? And if so, why and why not?
Well, I think we've already discussed this, but I'm not a big fan of the beach in the daytime. However, I love the beach at night. It's very peaceful, the water, and also you get to see the stars. And there's nothing quite like being at the beach and watching the stars. I once saw a meteor shower at the beach, and it was really awesome.
That's great. Nothing like taking shots at the beach as well.
Exactly. You always got to bring, you know, alcohol with you when you go to the beach at night, like a
Well,
badass.
absolutely. And with that, I gotta ask the bartender, can we have a shot? All right. So round number two, I'm gonna count how many shots we do this time because usually we never do. So this is number
Oh
two.
yeah.
Yeah, it's always like a mystery. So cheers, everyone. If you're watching, cheers. Let's
Cheers.
enjoy this. Ooh, that had a little burn to it. Burn.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a chaser here, but it's got alcohol in it too. It's a mimosa, but I would like to call it the Jason mimosa. Eh?
Oh,
Eh?
smooth. Like he's happy about that. What?
Oh, speaking of Jason Momoa, did you enjoy the Aquaman movie?
Obviously, I like the Aquaman movie. I really like the visuals of it. Much so, like the visuals that we are going to do. If you stay tuned, we will play a mirror special with ElecTrish, basically giving us a 6-piece miniseries of a comic book. Go ahead and get into insight on that really quick, Trish, before we start talking about Aquaman.
All right, so now anyone who's heard of Aquaman has it obviously knows that there were Aquaman comics. Now Mira actually first appeared in the Aquaman comics and then later on got her own series, which is what I am covering in my Cosplay My Way episode. And we're also doing a cinematic scene where I'm at the beach, which is the whole reason for all of this craziness. And it's pretty awesome. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. One fake beach and one real beach, which is quite a lot to do.
Yeah. Also, they're making a sequel to the Aquaman movie. Did you know that?
Yeah, of course. Aquaman 2. I know they are keeping Amber Heard, who is frowned upon by the masses because of what she did to Johnny Depp. But
Are they keeping her or are they dropping her? Did they drop her and then bring her back or something?
no, I researched it today. I was like, is she staying on? And she really is. So you can see her in the background right over there. I think she makes a pretty damn good Aqua woman. I'm sorry, Amira.
Yeah, actually, I think she did too. I know that she kind of like studied the character, which is great. You know, it's good to see that she was actually in her dressing room, like reading the comics and stuff. So respect
Yeah,
for that. For that.
and you can't say anything bad about Jason Momoa. He's probably like he.
Oh look, a catfish. A catfish.
Are you catfishing me?
It's a catfish.
Nice.
He doesn't like to drink though. He's too young.
I mean, yeah. You should give him some milk and then spike it.
That's not a good idea.
All right. Well, on that, we should definitely move on to our next music video. We are still in the Scum Bar, so I figure we could play something that makes us wanna, I don't know, rock
Feel
out.
dirty. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I guess you can feel a little bit dirty, but let's look at some like glam metal, hair metal from back in the days, but in a newer generation. Okay. This artist is called Crazy Lixx, and this song is called Wild Child.
Ooh. Yeah.
Huh? Huh?
Yeah,
Wasn't that?
that was awesome.
Yeah,
It rocked so hard that my crown fell off. I was like, yeah.
or that was shot number 2 with the headbanging.
Number 2.
Yeah, this actually reminds me of Alice Cooper, the song Poison,
Yeah.
and the actual music video.
Oh
I
yeah.
guess with the hair metal, you have to have the beautiful stripper looking girl alongside with everyone
Yeah.
with their crazy hair sprayed hair. But
Yeah, and it played out like a horror movie too. I like that.
yeah. But I want to tell you something that was really cool. Growing up, I grew up in Italy, so I saw Alice Cooper's Poison video, and the female, I remember she has black hair. She was topless, completely nude up on the top, right? So as a kid, I'm watching Italian TV,
Whoa.
yeah, and she's naked. So I'm just like, yeah, she is poison. Now, coming to the USA, Texas, I was 8 years old, and that song was still going on MTV being
Mhm.
played, and it was the same exact music video, except she had a top on, and I was just like,
Whoa.
"What? What?" They actually have different music
Crazy.
videos, the
Yeah,
same
that's
song,
crazy.
in different countries shown differently. So, yeah, because
Because I
Italy
guess it's
is.
legal to show it on Italian television.
Yeah, they want us
Yeah.
kids to grow up fast.
Apparently. Did you grow up fast?
It's funny because you would think that would grow you up faster in Italy, but when I came to the U.S., I grew up faster because the kids are a lot more bad in America.
Yeah, now that I believe that's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now speaking of being bad, what do you say we take another shot?
Oh, sounds good. So you have to ask the
Number 3.
bartender.
All right, bartender, shot 3, please. Yeah, cosplayers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Woo!
It's getting worse and worse. It's
I
supposed to be
know.
the other way around.
I know. It feels like we took more than 3 shots already, but it was
Yeah.
only 3.
Whew. My ears got hot there.
Whew, yeah.
Yeah, on that video, there is a cosplayer there. His name is Joel Zero. He was the
Yeah,
Joker.
the Joker, yeah.
Yeah, so he has a really cool thing where he dressed up as Hulk Hogan, cosplayed Hulk Hogan to meet Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
And,
nice.
and when he met Hulk Hogan, he basically impersonated Hulk Hogan. So he gave a whole show. He gave a whole show to him. I should definitely invite him to Virtual Bar Hopper.
So did Hulk Hogan dig it when he was doing that?
Yeah, the whole video is on YouTube. Yeah, it's like I'm tempted to show it, but I'd rather have him on the show to have him tell his side of the story.
Yeah, you should. You should. That's a good story, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe a future wrestling episode where we'll talk about Hulk Hogan and all the other crazy commodity characters that existed or do exist.
Cool.
So I think we should go to the next bar. Even though we took a shot here, but we should go to our next bar, which I'm going to bring us to the Mira World.
Oh, we're in the underwater bar.
Yeah, this looks pretty crazy.
It's a bubble bar. I love it.
Yeah, this is like your natural habitat over here. Is the Little Mermaid here also, or you kicked her out of this pond?
She's too young. She's too young, you know.
Are you kidding me? She's been around since the 80s. She's still young.
She's forever young. We kicked her out. It's all about Mira here.
That's funny. That's funny. So you should definitely tell us what music video we're going to be launching next.
Okay, so think of the ocean, you think of how serene it is. So this music video and song is very serene and very visually beautiful to watch. I showed you this when it was like the beginning of quarantine a couple years back. And
I remember.
We watched it like a million times. And so why not watch it one more? This is Lusine and Just a Cloud.
a very interesting pick and a very interesting music video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, it feels very like Matrix, where she's like kind of like waking up to another. I wouldn't say like well, the Matrix is a fake reality and versus a real reality. It feels like it's a real reality getting into another.
It reminds me. It
Mhm.
reminds me of the movie Sunshine.
Mhm.
It's like she's making contact with another entity or two, where she almost touches, whatever it is that she sees, which is really, really interesting. It's like she reached enlightenment while riding the bus.
Listening to that
Also,
song, right?
yeah. Is that how
Yeah.
you feel when you have your headphones on and you're like listening to music?
Oh, that's
Sometimes it can happen.
yeah, absolutely. If the mood's right and the song is right.
Mm-hmm.
What I
Yeah.
was gonna say, but at the end of the music video, there's like two possibilities. Either A, she did reach out and went that direction and woke up to a new reality, or she woke up and stopped herself from going further and just ended up back in the train.
Right.
But either way, love it, and that will lead us to our next music video. I'm not gonna play it now, but it does have to do with the Animatrix. Dun, dun,
Ooh,
dun.
yeah.
But before we go there, from realities, interdimensional beings, all those goodies, we did see something very scary at the beach. Can you enlighten us on that, ElecTrish?
Yeah. So while we were filming Mara, it was very early in the morning, and we shot a lot of footage. We shot a lot of drone footage, and when we were looking over the footage later, I was like, I saw something in the water, which was basically where I was for a while, and it was right behind me. And I was like, what is that? So I showed it to you, and you said the same thing. You were like, whoa, what is that? So I believe we have a clip of that, right? We can show that.
Absolutely. Let's all get scared together.
Oh man, that's creepy.
Yeah, imagine if you were swimming in there. You know, it could be a dolphin, it could be a shark, it could be just a fart bubble. We will not know.
Yeah, that was creepy. It could be Jason Momoa. I should be so lucky.
Or the real Mira coming out and she's like, quit
Yeah.
imposter.
She's
quit
like,
being an
hey, what are you
imposter."
doing? Yeah. No, but real talk, you should totally, I know you don't cosplay, but I think you would make an amazing Aquaman. Just putting it out there. And you could drink like Aquaman, so.
Oh yeah, he's a real born alcoholic, both in
Yeah.
the movie and what I can understand in real life as well. So
Yeah, he's an all around awesome dude.
yeah, I know his diet is basically, he eats boiled chicken. At least when he did the Aquaman movie, the
Well,
first
yeah,
one.
I'm sure it's different now. He's like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So it was boiled chicken, and at night he was drinking my God, what beer was it? Guinness beer.
Yeah,
So
Guinness.
to get his calories. So
I don't know. Have you ever drank a Guinness? It's like a meal in itself.
yeah, it's very foamy.
It's like a coffee. It's not like coffee. It's like so thick. It's like a shake.
It's like it reminds me of like a root beer float.
Yeah, totally.
Ice cream almost, but it's for me like Guinness, like it tastes good at first. So it's like creamy, and then eventually it just starts getting like very like bitter and nasty. So I'm not a big Guinness fan.
Yeah.
But you know what I do like? I like shots. Bartender,
Ooh.
Can you give us a shot? Number 4.
What creature was that?
That was our previous Cosplay My Way episode where you can see ElecTrish cosplaying Lady Death and showing a whole an origin story of that character. If you stick around today, you will see her as Mira doing the same thing, but for the Mira character. And with that, shot number 4, everybody. Cheers to you, and cheers to you, Mira of Atlantis.
Cheers to you. Aqua Rob.
I saw myself on the video, and I saw my eyes go like, ooh, from the shot. But I'm good. I'm good.
Me too. I'm good. Feeling good.
That's good. That's good. So we will take this to the next music video.
Right.
Like I was saying, it is the footage actually taken off of the Animatrix, and it's with an artist called Dye, spelled D-Y-E. I have played their music videos here in the past because I just love this artist, and this song is called Nike. Yes, like the shoe brand, Nike. Enjoy.
You are not alone.
Don't jump off buildings, people, to get out of the
That
Matrix.
that's actually the kid. It's my favorite animatrix short, but it showed other ones. It showed your favorite one too, the one with the athlete.
Yeah, my favorite's the athlete, and we actually watched this about a month ago.
Yeah, it's just as good now as it was
Yeah,
when I first.
it's still written very well, and it's makes you think.
Yeah.
Really great. Not like
And
Matrix
the
4.
track goes really well with it too, and I love that track.
Yeah, no, that track
Good
is
one.
great. So
It's one of those ones that you start dancing and you just can't stop dancing because the song just keeps going.
yeah, I know you're like, oh no, don't play videos that are not official music videos. I'm like, no, this one is rocking
It's
with the
good.
song, and the animatrix goes hand in
I'll
hand.
make an exception for that one.
I'm like, well, it is my show, Virtual Bar Hoppers. We do whatever we want.
True.
But I was gonna say, I want to ask you, what is your next cosplay for Cosplay My Way after the whole Mira?
All right. So what I want to do is I want to do. So there's a lot of comics coming out, a lot of new series coming out. And one of the series that's coming out is Mary Jane and Black Cat, where they're teaming up. So I was thinking I would like to do an episode where I am both characters and I'm talking about both of their origins and their new comic book series. So hopefully soon, that is what I will be doing.
Yes. So hopefully soon, I will say either way, you will cosplay both characters, and I think it'd be fun to do
Yeah.
the cover photos of one of those variants or the actual comic.
Yeah, there's a lot of amazing J. Scott Campbell variants that are already like showing up online, and oh my god, I just want all of their outfits, all of their looks. I need them in my life. So I already cosplay both characters, but hey, what's another version of them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. As you can see, ElecTrish is very she loves cosplay. That's like her jam. Peanut butter and jam. But now it comes down to, if we're gonna make like a full episode like the one you're gonna see with Mira, it really comes down to the storyline of the comic book. If the comic book has great writers and they can write an excellent comic book, we are going to follow up and do a cosplay my way that goes around it. If we consider the story not to what we don't like or enjoy, and bad writing, all that stuff, they do exist. We're gonna still do it, but maybe look at older stories that have been told for Mary Jane and Black Cat, or I don't know. We'll figure out what we're gonna do, but hopefully they can knock it out of the park. Crossing fingers. I do want to say, well, first let's go to our next bar, and I'm going to tell you some things that I've gone through with comic books and lots of things that have happened.
All right.
Let's go to the cathedral.
Ooh, it just got dark in here.
The darkness is real.
Yes.
All right. So before we get to our next shot, I do want to tell us a little bit of stories. So I was getting into Conan the Barbarian all over again in comic books.
I remember that phase.
Yeah. So I actually like, and the reason is because the comic books are very, Conan drinks his alcohol. He has his women.
He's a man.
He's not. He hasn't been canceled yet. And I don't think Conan is Conan. You got to keep him as a barbarian basically. But even though he has his meets his women, likes his alcohol, he is very like Superman. He wants the good of the world basically. So let me show you my subscription. Bought the subscription, got my comic book right here. I gotta make myself big. So we got Conan the Barbarian, right?
Looks cool.
Yeah, super cool. It was issue 25, but when it comes down to the whole storyline, it's number 300 from the comics that came in the 90s, maybe late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I got that in the mail, and then Conan got canceled. So So I got
Damn.
one comic book, and I noticed that I hadn't gotten any issues like in the last 2 months, and I'm like, what the hell happened to my subscription that I did? I haven't had a subscription since Amazing Spider-Man in 1990. Okay, so I found out that basically I can move this. The fact that I didn't get all my comics, I can move my subscription to another comic book line, which I really don't want to do because there's nothing good out there, or get my money back. But I'm gonna kind of make sure I'm getting something good. I have another subscription also that I bought with the I'm sorry, Conan, and it is Venom.
Your hands. Oh, there you go. Nice. Your hands.
And I haven't had time since we've been so busy. I have not read any of these, so I feel very guilty. Oh, I need to get the plastics. Anyway,
move it down a little. Wait, no, hold that one back up.
Mm-hmm.
The second one.
This one.
Wow, yeah, that's a crazy cover.
Yeah, and I just got issue 3 also. Oh shit, do I have my green screen on? Oh no, I got my green screen on. Good thing there's no green stuff behind me, I don't think. I will definitely turn that off. But if it was on your side of the park,
I'd be screwed.
Yeah, you would have disappeared, which was one thing we did run into. Your outfit disappearing everywhere.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Tell us what happened with your amazing outfit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind when you're doing green screen, obviously not to wear anything green. But in my case, when you're wearing a scale print suit that has both blue and green, blue can also be an issue if you're using a blue screen. So we had to closely study the footage because my eye kept disappearing into a bubble while we were trying to, go through the footage of Mira. So luckily we didn't have to reshoot anything, but it was definitely a pain in the ass, right?
No, super pain in the ass. That's why this is like the first episode I've said I hated this episode. And it's
so
because
let me ask you a question. Sorry. Let me ask you a question. If you're doing an episode, let's say you're doing the Green Goblin, what do you do if you have to use green screen?
Well, he's easy because he doesn't have blue on him. You have green and blue on you. Your outfit is like a disaster. So so at least this one is like, there's green, blue, so you have to be very careful on what you do, and it makes editing a nightmare. And I told you, like, I remember I screwed up too. Yeah. I put a
I really wanted to do the green screen to put in the cool backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah, remember I wanted to do a different background, and you fought me for it, and I was like, fine. And then I screwed up because I put a purple light over your head, which basically was seen as blue from it looked like the same blue as the blue screen.
Yeah,
or some of it did. So then your head started disappearing, and I was like, oh, nightmares, people.
Yeah, so people might not realize, but there's a lot of work that goes into everything that we do.
Yeah, I mean, easy to film when it comes down to no green screen,
right? Like the natural setting.
Yeah, but here's a green screen background. It works there because you have a couch behind you, but if you stand up, nightmare. And with that, nightmares can become virtues, and I think we should definitely ask the bartender for something. ElecTrish, if you can.
Bartender, we need a shot.
All right. So this is our next shot, which will lead us into our next music video. But cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
What is that? Shot 5?
Yes, that's number 5.
Number 5. So,
and I still have and I'm on my second Mermosa.
Mermosa. Fancy naming here, and that's what we do over here at Virtual Bar Hoppers.
That's right, where all the drink names are as bad as our comedy. Just kidding.
All right, so we're going to take it to our last music video of this episode before we go to the Mira special. And that is a band that I really love. It's called "The Soft Moon," and this song is
Yes.
yes, and this song is called "Burn."
Yeah.
So
I love this one.
let's burn this world down and rock out with our things out.
I like
If
that
you're
it's like a sing along, like a sickening sing along.
I love that song. It's
Me too. Me too.
it makes me feel like dirty cool, you know?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. It's funny because remember I did use that for one of the episodes that we filmed at Respectables
Yep,
with
I remember.
yeah, you know, with
Yeah,
mass
it's when we went to mass.
and the good thing is that I think I'm gonna cut one of the clips off with that song and we'll use that on the next episode as one of the shot sections because it's a jammer and what's
It
happening in the video.
burns.
Yeah, and what's happening in the video is pretty crazy, especially with that one girl with the mask on.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you lead us into our episode of Mira, but do you want to take another shot or should we just watch it the whole episode? Are we good? Are we good? Or should we make everyone drink with us one more time?
Let's do another shot.
Dun, 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 dun. So you have to ask the bartender.
Bartender, shot, please.
rock and roll. I say that we watch the episode, and when we come back, we can kind of just say our goodbyes, but we should definitely talk about our favorite parts and our nightmares on this episode.
Yeah.
And then we can end the show with that. So, everyone, cheers. We'll be back after this.
Cheers.
Enjoy. And
Enjoy
that's
the show.
number 6.
6, yes.
Thank God we're both at home.
And now we go to Mira. In 2018, Mara got her first solo comic book series ever, and that's the same year that the Aquaman movie premiered. So it's a 6-part mini comic book series, and this is the first issue. In this issue, we see Orm, Aquaman's brother, and he's living on land with a woman and her son who considers him to be his father figure. Mara is also living on land after having lost most of her powers. Because in Atlantis, Wrath comes in and takes over the entire kingdom when he exploits the people's distrust of Arthur for choosing between the human world and Atlantis. So he takes advantage of the city and its people, and they banish Mara and declare her queen in exile. In issue number 2, Orm is watching television and he sees Mara on the television and decides to go and find her. When he finds her at the beach, he's completely dressed as Ocean Master, and he is angry with her, telling her that she is not fit to be the queen of Atlantis because she is born from Zebul and not a true Atlantean.
People are bred so weak these days. My dear brother has failed our bloodline, failed everything our ancestors built down the generations. My course is determined by legacy. Atlantis is doomed without a king.
Orm, we've both changed. You and I, we've remade ourselves from dark beginnings. You should go back to this family you claim to cherish. Atlantis isn't your life anymore.
It is in turmoil. It has no monarch to save it.
Yes, it does. I am Queen of Atlantis.
He attacks her and she gets upset, so she fights back, but her powers are not what they were, so she's actually a little bit weaker than him. And he overpowers her, and just as he's about to make a kill with his trident, his family shows up, his girlfriend and her son, and his son pleads with him not to take her life.
Dad, what are you doing?
Tommy?
In issue number 3, Erin, also known as Orm's girlfriend, questions why he would just leave her and her son with nothing but a note, and why he and Mara were fighting in the first place. So then Orm and Mara decide to explain to her the situation that's going on in Atlantis and why they were fighting. And she suggests that they actually work together for the greater good, which is to help Atlantis. So Mara and Orm finally agree that they will work together, and they return to the sea. When they get to Zebul, which is their first stop, they're attacked by the guards, and Mara pleads with Orm not to kill the guards. Then later, they make it to Atlantis, and they are met with Leron, which is Mara's old teacher, and her former husband-to-be, King Nereus.
I warned you. We mustn't ignore their customs or provoke them.
I think we're past that.
Well, well, King Nereus. Look what the tide's washed in.
Indeed, Liron. My archenemy Orm Marius, and my traitor wife, Mira.
In issue number 4, as a rite of supplication, Mara and Orm have to fight this huge octodon just to have a chance to speak to King Nereus. Because in Atlantis, when you want to speak to someone, you have to make a grand gesture and fight this huge sea animal.
I will not be treated as a spectacle for the masses, Mira.
Right now, Orm, you'll be lucky not to be treated as lunch. So move! Avoid its limbs. Aim for the brain sac.
I have hunted Octodon before. Woman, do not tell me how to.
Orm! I said avoid the limbs! Gah!
Ah!
Meanwhile, back in Amnesty Bay, Aaron and Tula, who's Orm's half-sister, are discussing how he overcame the dangerous man that he once was when he became a family man on land. So Tula takes it upon herself to return to the ocean to make sure that everything is okay with Orm. After defeating the Octodon together, Mara and Orm go to the throne room of Zebel to speak to Nereus, and they try to convince him to join them in the fight against Wrath to take back Atlantis. I have been declared queen in exile, and as queen, I promise that if you stand with me in this, Zebel will have the gratitude and friendship of a Zebel-born Atlantean monarch.
Yeah, you?
By all the deepest gods. What?
Yes, it took me a moment to contemplate, too.
Great gods of the deep, Mira girl. I am so proud of you.
You sent me out all those years ago to end the war with Atlantis. I didn't do it the way I was supposed to, but perhaps now I can achieve it by other means, in a better and more lasting way.
No, 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 no! Whole damn world's gone mad.
I knew he wouldn't be happy, but...
He's furious because you've overtaken him. Queen of Atlantis? My Lord King needs time to cool off before he sees the good that can come from this.
Mara goes to visit her grandmother Lamia, and Lamia tells her how Atlantis has a respect for masculine martial prowess, rather than being excited to see her granddaughter after such a long time. Meanwhile, Orm and Nereus are having a conversation, and Nereus asks Orm, "Do you miss how power feels?" So then later on, Lamia speaks with Nereus, and she tells him that siding with Orm and Mara against Wrath will help Atlantis.
We need an unbreakable bond of blood of family. I'm already under Orm's skin. Are you prepared to deal with Mira?
Of course, my Lord King. She's delivered to you the means of achieving a great and lasting victory. And it's time my granddaughter was properly punished for turning her back on Zebel. Then later, Tula is on her way back to the sea, back to Atlantis, and she's captured by the guards and taken hostage. In issue number 5, the following day, Nereus and Orm are having a follow-up conversation to their previous conversation, and Nereus finally agrees that joining forces is the right way to go about things because it will help Atlantis in the fight against Wrath. But he does make Orm an offer that he just can't refuse.
You're asking me to side with an enemy, an old enemy, with a traitor like Mira in charge of their kingdom. There are opportunities here, ones you have not even considered. So let me explain them to you, my old friend.
Later, Liron warns Mara that Lamia is an arch manipulator, and she doesn't want to believe that her own grandmother would let Zebel be destroyed just because she turned her back and left all those years ago. So later, Orm comes to get Mara to let her know that Nereus has finally made his decision. When they're on their way back to the throne room, Mara says that she's sure he will agree to join them in their cause, and she thanks Orm and tells him how grateful she is that he decided to join and be on the same side with her. When Nereus tells them that he will join them in the fight against Wrath, He says he'll do so with one condition, that Orm leads them to war as the king of Atlantis. Then Lamia chimes in and says that Zebul will only follow Orm into war, not Mara. That Atlantis is tied to the king of Zebul through blood, so they plan to marry him to Tula by force, of course, and Mara protests and punches Orm for striking a deal behind her back. I don't blame her. She says that Zebul does not get to decide who the ruler of Atlantis will be. Nereus has his guards raise their weapons to her, and she demands a trial by combat. So the next issue is called Mortal Kombat. In issue number 6, the final issue of the series, Mara and Orm are getting ready to go into a trial by combat, and Nereus, Lamia, and the crowd are all rooting for Mara to be defeated. Nereus even says that the person that's defeated in the battle is going to be executed. Mara tells Orm while they're fighting that people are nothing more than pawns to him, herself included, and he seems to have the upper hand of the fight because her powers are still weakened, especially when Lamia's eels attack her, but then she's actually able to fight them off and defeat them. Orm attacks Mara with everything that he has, and through her selfless will and training in Zebul, she attacks him with everything that she has.
Great Neptune!
You may command the ocean and the storm, but I command water itself. Where is your storm now? I am stopping the water from moving through your lungs, Orm. I have control over your very life. I can stop your breathing. I can trigger a stroke. You're not the king Atlantis deserves. And you never have been. Ocean Master, submit. Kneel before your queen. So Orm submits to his defeat by Mara, and she has him remain a prisoner of Atlantis, unable to return to the shore to see his family again. And Tula is released from custody and able to return to the shore and to her life that she had there. Then Lamia, Mara's grandmother, shows that she's very, very impressed by Mara's ability to handle herself in battle, and she finally accepts her as the true Atlantean that she is and stops conspiring against her. Then the best part is when King Nereus agrees that he's going to adhere to the Atlantean laws and accept Mara as the Queen of Atlantis. Thanks for watching Cosplay My Way. I'm ElecTrish, and thanks for learning more about the Queen of Atlantis, Mara. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. If you have any suggestions for cosplay you want to see me do next, drop it into the comments.
Thank you for watching Virtual Bar Hoppers. That was our Mira special that you can see at cosplaymyway.com and also our YouTube channel. As you can see, we definitely put a lot of love to this, so I hope you guys liked it. ElecTrish, if you can give us some words on it.
So I was very excited about this one because Mira is a character that I've seen cosplayed a lot, but we've never seen her in her natural setting really. So instead of having the whole thing centered around Aquaman, I think that it was really cool to be able to showcase Mira as a character and, you know, of course, do the cosplay and go on location and climb up on the rocks and, you know, do all that. So I think it was a really fun thing to take on, although it was a very difficult thing to take on.
Yeah, and I don't know why we're in the cathedral. We should definitely be in your bar of Under the Sea.
Let's
Under
jump
the
back
sea. Under the sea. So yeah, if you stick around, I mean, not right now, but for the future, ElecTrish will be doing Mary Jane alongside Black Cat in the next Cosplay My Way, unless some weird thing happens and we do something completely different, but I don't think so. But thank you for being on the show. I just want to say the best parts about the whole episode is I just like the conclusion of how the episode came out. It's, you know, it's a very beautiful looking episode. Anything under the sea or by where the water is just looks really pretty, you know. And ElecTrish looked really nice and elegant in her outfit, putting the crown on her head.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. And the lighting and all that fun stuff, and how the actual sun came up behind you, which you and I are scared of the sun. And the thing I hated about this episode was waking up really early to do that, and green screen. I hate both of you guys, and you guys are nightmares to, you know, my energy.
Yeah. Luckily, we don't normally have to do both of those things. We do them, but, you know, not all the time. So
yeah, absolutely. So any last words, ElecTrish?
Yeah, I think that, you know, if you're a cosplayer, you should just have fun with it, and you don't have to go and do things that I do, but, you know, definitely test your limits and be dedicated to it if it's something that you want to take on. And yeah, always listen to good music. It will definitely get you in the mood to do what you love doing. So
thank you, and everyone, thank you for coming to Virtual Bar Hoppers. And if you guys are a little bit hammered, do not drink and drive. Call an Uber, or if you're at home, just sleep it off. Swim. There you go. No, swimming home might be a bad idea too.
I wonder if they have like Uber in Atlantis. It's like a dolphin shows up and you just like jump on and then it takes you home.
Yeah, but imagine if you're drunk, like what are you really gonna do? Like fall on top of a fish? Like what do you I think you're pretty safe. You're gonna float up and then the humans are gonna find you and then they're gonna kill you.
You'll pee in the water and everyone will know.
I mean, who doesn't? Don't.
Ew.
Virtual Bar Hoppers. Well, everybody, thank you for coming, and we will see you at the next Virtual Bar Hoppers or Static Realms or Static Desires. We got a lot of shows, so good night, and thank you so much for coming.